G'day guys, it's the Ping here and welcome back to my coverage of the AFL 2020 Premiership season in round 8, and we've got an absolute ripper of a match coming up. It's the Giants versus the Magpies. The Giants currently sitting second, but a win today will put them back in first place. You've also got Collingwood, who are sitting 7th. Win here today will put them in the top 4. So, pretty much, yeah. It's more or less well, it's not a top 4. It's not 2 top 4 teams, but yeah, 2 top 8 teams in good form, battling it out for the 4 points today. We're going to get straight into it with a clear day at Giants Stadium. Twilight game on a Saturday evening. It's going to be interesting. Alright, so it's a top 8 clash at Giants Stadium on this Saturday evening, and that is a brilliant shot.
Football back at Giant Stadium. Bright sunshine here in Sydney.
He just said sunshine, did he? I swear I just heard him say there's sunshine. Champ. Listen, champ.
Pleasure to be here with you.
It's not. The sun don't shine at night.
Between GWS Giants.
What the fuck?
They run on in full confidence. They're looking sharp, and the crowd are appreciating it.
Is that?
The cheer squad's hard work is paying off. The banners are looking great.
That brain. Wow. That banner was munted. I didn't get to read all of it. But something about the human brain is a beautiful thing or something. I don't know.
Always plenty of support here at home for
What?
GWS Giants. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they play today.
Yeah. Cool.
The captains make their way to the centre circle for the coin toss.
I wouldn't really embrace being a plastic club, but that's okay. That's okay. Whatever you say. Coin toss, and yeah, Scott Pendlebury won it. Collingwood going right of screen. Let's get it going. Siren goes. Ray blows his whistle, and he bounces the ball, and we're off. Tapped down by Sauce. Handball forward by the Giants. Phil Davis, quick kick at goal.
No problems with that kick.
And that's a very quick start. 1 minute and 8 seconds is all it took.
The first goal.
For Phil Davis, who's apparently a winger. Is that what it said? Because,
Farmed it down.
well, so that looked more like Callum Ward than Phil Davis. Punch down again. Phil Davis soccers it forward. Comes back to him and he gets drilled. That was a shit handball.
And now they're away.
Dan Beams was waiting for him to receive the ball then.
The moment for you, Gav.
Sam Jacobs kicks it forward again. Soccer forward again. So it's just all one-way traffic at the moment. Collingwood trying to get it out of defence. Brodie Grundy soccers it forward. Goes straight to a GWS player and it's been turned over again. Jordan Roughhead can't really hold on to the ball. Gets into a Giant's hands. Kicked forward is a point. Jeremy Cameron can't kick straight apparently at the moment. Speaking of Jeremy Cameron, he's currently leading the Coleman. Even before the match started. I think he's kicked 10 goals for the season so far. Toby Green with a quick intercept from the kick out. So 7-0. Toby Green lining up to make it 13-0. And he does. So good start for Giants. Almost halfway through the quarter already. Collingwood yet to see it in their forward half, let alone their forward 50. So it's tapped down this time. A Collingwood player picks up, I think it was Pendlebury. He gets tackled immediately anyway. Kicked forward by a Collingwood player. I missed who it was. Soccered forward by Chris Mayne, I think. Anyway, ball bobbling around. And Coniglio gets to the ball before getting tackled. So, in the 50 for the Magpies, Mychek picks it up, but he gets wrapped up immediately, so it's another ball up. Sauce punches it forwards, and Coniglio again gets to the ball before getting wrapped up. So Jacob keeps winning it. Coniglio keeps picking it up. He keeps getting tackled and keeps getting the ball up.
Swats it.
It's finally outside 50, a high tackle against Jordan Roughhead.
Got him high there.
And doesn't go anywhere though. Socked back forward. Now there's a chance. Kicked forward by Tom Phillips, and it's a goal. So Collingwood get a response straight after I said that they hadn't got it forward. They go and get it forward and then finally score a goal from it. And they're off again to 2-on-1, but socked forward by a Giants player. Ball keeps coming loose. Numbers favouring Collingwood. They boot it forward. It's a 2-on-1. Marking contest is forming, but Jordan DeGoey can take an easy enough grab before it forms properly, and he can make it a 1-point ball game here. But he doesn't because he's missed. So it's a goal the difference now.
Collingwood reduced the margin.
1-1 to 2-1. I thought Giants were going to blow them away here, but they've gone quiet. DeGoey gives away a free kick, and one more good kick should be enough to end the quarter. Harry Perryman takes the mark. He looks around, kicks it forward, and as I said, one more good kick was enough. Ball hits the ground, the siren goes, and it's a 6-point lead to the Giants going into quarter time.
Gary, does anything stand out in the stats?
So after a lightning start from Giants, where it looked like they were going to absolutely tear the Pies a new one, it's actually worked out. It's actually worked out to be a fairly even match. 52% possession actually favouring Collingwood. 9 hitouts to nothing. So Sauce Jacobs absolutely dominating the ruck. And it's working out for Giants slightly at the moment. Lockie Ash, Phil Davis and Sam Jacobs all with 2 disposals. Phil Davis and Toby Green with 1 goal each. So Phil Davis is probably the man of the match at the moment. Taylor Adams, Jordan Roughhead and Jordan Roughhead have 3 disposals. Brodie Grundy and the rest of the Magpies team has either got just the 1 disposal or haven't even touched the ball yet. So the ball is bounced for the beginning of the second quarter. Jacobs down to, I'm not sure who it was. Anyway, it's entered inside 50 and Toby Green wins the marking contest from about 30 out. So a kick from 35. And he extends the lead back out to 12 points. Toby Green with his second goal of the game. Giants just, they seem to start the quarters really rapidly. That only took 2 minutes after the set shot as well. So another kick forward by Giants. And Taylor Adams gets wrapped up before he can do anything with it.
Maynard running off for a break.
So Maynard comes off for crisp. I saw that in the first quarter as well. That seems to be a planned substitution partnership or whatever you want to call it. Sam Reid takes the mark. He's way too far out, so he decides to go short and only gets as far as Brodie Grundy, who intercepts. He goes over the top of Dane Beams. He kicks long to the wing. Dodge tackle, kick forward, back inside 50, and a mark to Tim Taranto, who was near the back of the pack. He just, must have had the best positioning because he snagged it. And from practically the 50, nails that. They are kicking dead straight today, and it's out to 18 points. So again, Giants are threatening to blow this game out of the water completely. Tap down, broken tackle to, I think, Callum Ward. He boots it up in the air. On the wing is Taranto, so he's getting around the ball at the moment. He's just kicked the goal. He now gets another kick. It goes to Jacob Hopper, who looks around. He sees players just forward of him. It was the man that gave it to him in the first place, Tim Taranto, who takes the mark. He goes back to Zach Williams, who decides to go long. He's seen a player. It's Harry Himmelberg, who takes the mark just inside 50. He was sort of hanging around that position for a while there, just unmarked. And he'll kick from 50. It's a good kick. It's got the distance. And the Giants are now 4 goals up. And, yeah, I don't know if Collingwood can come back from this now. But now I've said that, they probably will. Probably should stop saying that sort of stuff, because that seems to always turn the game. It's like the Xbox has a microphone and the game responds to it. As the tap comes down, it's still in the stoppage. Broken tackle, handballed out at the last second. Inside the Giants 50, 1-on-1 up forward. Collingwood ends up winning it, but it turns around. Big kick from the 50, and it's a point to Harry Himmelberg. Just got over the line before the Collingwood player could mark. So 32-7 now. 5-2 to 1-1. You'd think Collingwood need to get a goal or two before the half ends, just to settle the ship. But Tim Taranto gets the inset mark, and he has been around the ball a fair bit today, well, in this quarter especially. I think he's had 4 disposals for 1 goal, 1 point, and 2 kicks. Well, I guess that's 4 kicks, but you know. 33-7. 26 points. Played on, kicked wide, and the siren goes for the half. So 26 points lead at half time. The Giants kicked away there, and yeah, Collingwood are in a bit of strife here. Nothing's really looking that close. The disposals 34-17, so they've doubled the disposal count. The inside 50 is a 9-3. That's triple the amount that Collingwood have. The Clangers, they've only had 8 for the half compared to Collingwood's 11. They've also had 11 marks to 3 favouring Giants, obviously. 17 tackles to 12 favouring the Giants, with 57% possession. So to have more possession and considerably more with 17 tackles, with more tackles as well, is obnoxious. And to have 15 hitouts to none to go along with it, that's not an even contest, and it hasn't been so far in this half. Just look at that little worm; it just took off in that quarter. Tim Taranto ends the half with 5 disposals, leading everyone on the ground. Like I said, he did have a big quarter. I think he had 4 just that quarter. Caniglio with 4 disposals, Josh Kelly with 3. So they're the main ball winners as always. 2 goals to Toby Green already. 3 disposals to Taylor Adams and Jordan Roughhead. Darcy Moore has 2 disposals, which I don't think has changed since quarter time. Well, Darcy Moore has, but, you know, Taylor Adams and Roughhead I think already had 3. So let's get into it. 3 goals, 2 to nothing in that quarter. So Collingwood going to have to do a bit of dirty work in this quarter as the ball's bounced. Tapped down, I think, won by Sauce Jacobs. Roughhead's just no comp for him. Treloar wins the clearance. Handball's back to Jordan Roughhead, who kicks it, who unfortunately gets intercepted by Harry Perryman. He goes wide. It's a 1-on-2, but the Giants player's first to the ball. He boots it up in the air. Big contest on the wing. Gets out the back. And it's none other than Tim Taranto, who kicks it into the middle of the ground. It's ended up in the Collingwood hands. They run into the open 50, boot it towards goal, and it's bounced once and gone through for a goal. So Collingwood get a goal back to try and get back into this contest. They needed that one. They need probably the next 2 as well. Ball goes slightly forward before Jeremy Cameron gets wrapped up.
Grundy gets onto the ball.
And once again we get another ball up as nothing really becomes of that ruck tap. Grundy's now in ruck, so we might start seeing Collingwood win some ruck contests. Kicked forward. Mason Cox kicks it forward. Jamie Elliott has got a paddock. He's got the whole 50 to himself. He gets run down, and instead of picking up the ball and running into an open goal, he soccers it over the boundary line. Absolute worst decision making I've seen. Oh, actually, that's rough. I don't know if it is the worst decision making I've seen in this game, but it was up there. Jeremy Howe takes a mark as Giants try and clear it out. He kicks it in to Travis Varco, who takes the mark. He's 35 from the mark, 35 out where the mark's standing. He'll kick from 40, and it's not a good kick. It's a point. So it's 19 points the difference. You'd still, as a Collingwood fan, you'd still be hoping that they kick one or two more this quarter. Pretty much you don't want to be entering the last quarter with a lot to do. With 7 minutes to go, there's plenty of time. Mason Cox gives away a high tackle. Giants kick it wide, just outside 50. It's a one-on-one. Broken tackle, kicked along the wing. Phil Davis is there, he can't take the mark. Toby Green out the back of the pack decides to centre it. Tom Langdon takes the mark. So a quick turnover here. They need to move it. Sam Jacobs stops anything from happening. He gets smothered though. Socket forward. Now the Pies might have a chance here. There's players on their own, but he goes. Mason Cox goes 50 metres backwards to the wing. Why would you do that? It's going to cost them too. Oh no, maybe not. Kicked forward. 3-on-2. Collingwood win it. Varco 60-70 out. Decides to go sideways. Hasn't gained any territory there. But Collingwood do win the ball. Kicked into the 50, up to the goal square, 50 seconds left, and Nick Haynes brings it to ground for a ball up. So Giants can just run off the clock here, and they do. They kick it out as the siren goes. So Collingwood would have liked one more goal there. 2 would have even been better. But 19 points the difference at three-quarter time. Not a whole lot actually happened in that quarter. I think it was 1 goal, 1-0, wasn't it?
Let's analyse the stats.
Did even up a little bit. 4 hit-outs to 18 favouring the Giants. And their possessions even up a bit as well. Disposals also even up a fair bit too. Pretty much Collingwood just had control that quarter. Tim Taranto with 6, Josh Kelly with 5, Zach Williams with 4 disposals. Roughhead now with 4 disposals. Taylor Adams and Varco both with 3. So yeah, Giants failed to register any score at all. Collingwood only scored 1 goal, 1, which they would have been hoping would have been a little bit more accurate. Even a 2 goals straight would have been better. As the last quarter begins. Bounced, Jacobs wins it, and Tom Green gets done for throwing the ball before they can get it inside 50. Collingwood need a move. Dane Beams takes the mark. He needs to get it inside 50. He gets smothered though. He was too urgent. Rushed it a bit too much. The handball wasn't a good one. It goes to a Collingwood player, but there's Giants players rushing forward. They kick it up into inside 50, and Tim Taranto had enough space to take an easy mark 30 metres out. So this, for his second goal of the match, he's got it. So Taranto now with 7 disposals. Was it 7? Yeah, 7 disposals and 2 goals. So he's having an absolute field day today, as that might be the sealer. 25 points the difference. Collingwood get the clearance though. That could have been a much better clearance. It bounces once and goes out of bounds off of Roughhead's boot. So 14 minutes to play, 25 points the difference. Time to win it for Collingwood, but it's a big margin. I don't think I've seen a margin this large with this amount of time get relinquished. So you'd think Giants have won it from here. Bad kick. Travis Varco takes the mark. Well, if they're gonna win it, they have to kick a goal now. Mason Cox was just inside 50 for the mark, but he decided he was too far out. Pendlebury picks up the ball, back to goal, snaps over his shoulder for a point. And that makes it 24 points. So 4 straight kicks for the draw with 10 minutes remaining. You're going to need an absolute collapse from Giants for that to happen. Ball comes out. Josh Thomas intercepts it. He's inside 50 from the mark. So probably a 40... Well, it's not quite 45. 47 metre kick. 48 metre kick. And it's just the wrong side of the post. 1 point. 23 points the difference. So they need 4 straight kicks to win the game with 8 minutes to go. Still not impossible. Still not probable. Kicked out to the 50. Aiden Core takes the mark. So this is it. This is the possession they need. They turn it over to Brandon Sear, who decides to turn it straight back over. Out on the wing, and that's perfect. Bomb it up in the air. Waste as much time as you can. Phil Davis takes the mark, doesn't go back on the mark. Kicks short to Matt DeBoer, who wins against Brodie Grundy, and now it's impossible. Taken a mark by Tim Taranto, who will have his 8th disposal with this kick. And to absolutely put any doubt out of the minds of the Giants supporters, he's kicked it. He's got 3 and he's got 8 disposals now. Absolutely destroyed them today.
He did really well there and gets the reward.
So 2 minutes 50 on the 49 on the clock, and yeah, Collingwood's just not coming back from this. 29 points the difference. Quick turnover though. They could get a consolation, maybe reduce the margin by a bit. Not enough. It's hit the post. Brody Myercheck wasn't quite clean enough. They've actually had enough chances to keep themselves right in this game. They've had 7 scoring shots to 10. I mean, that's not enough to win it, but it's enough to make it a bit closer than what it is right now. 28 points, which will be the final score. As the siren goes, the Giants win by 28 points. And yeah, it was just that second quarter. They just absolutely blew them out of the water. And they threatened to do it in the first quarter too. Tim Taranto, clearly the best on ground. I don't even have to look at further stats. I know he's got 8 disposals. I know he's got 3 goals won. He just tore them up.
GWS Giants.
So 7-3, 45 to 2-5, 17. The Giants never looked back after that first half. And yeah, the disposals, well, I mean, the stats sort of back it up to an extent. They were definitely not as clean in that second half as they were in the first half. But yeah, I mean, most of the stats favour Giants. Yeah, Toronto with 8 and 3 goals. He's best on ground for sure. You could probably just say Caniglio and Kelly. I'm just going to go with all the major ball winners. Not bad. Caniglio got 3rd best and Toby Green got 2nd. He had 2 goals. He was going to be my pick instead of Kelly. But I chose Kelly instead. So, yeah, pretty standard votes there. Go with the major ball winners and the goal scorers for the votes. That will do it for today, boys. I'll be back tomorrow where I've got 2 games. It's Hawthorn and I want to say North. I think it's North Melbourne they're playing. And I can't remember the other one. Can't remember who's played. I think it's Geelong. Maybe? No, not Geelong. No, it's Melbourne. I reckon might be Melbourne and someone else. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the tomorrow for the next game.